Here's open. Here's open. I had to do that like 5 times. Well, howdy ho there, guys. I will tell you what, it's a nice 18 or so degrees here in the middle of March in southwestern Ontario, and there's a few different things that I want to do in the garden. I'm going to turn them into different videos, so if you see me wearing the same shirt or the same infectious smile, let me tell you, it's because I'm doing it all on the same day. Whew. Let's get to it. Now, one thing I'm really hoping to be able to get to do today is to start new compost bin, getting it going, but that's going to rely a little bit on if the lower areas of the compost are still frozen or not. Problem I have is that that's the north, and I have this like 3-meter sound wall. So actually, the compost bin this time of year stays in the shade almost the whole day. So there's the possibility that it's still a little bit hard in there. But ideally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out this old compost. I'm going to be able to flip that into the new, and then we'll be able to start a new bin in the other side. Here's open. Here's open. Here's open. Okay, so first order of business, like I say, is going to kind of be getting rid of this completely finished compost, getting that in, well, in the wheelbarrow right now to sieve it, but also to get it in the beds. Now, I'm going to be scraping off the top because, in all honesty, I had all these eggshells in the house that my wife was getting pissed off at, so she told my son to go throw them out in the compost. You know, I wanted to add them slowly, but yeah, they all got dumped right there. So I'm going to scrape that top off, I'm going to add that into the other stuff, and get some of this stuff through my handy dandy bread basket. This top stuff here is mostly from the fall. A whole bunch of leaves that just landed in here. I'm just gonna grab that crap. And then, like I said, I'm gonna just try to take that top layer off. Oh my God, look at that. Trying to balance a tripod on a hold surface is probably not the best of ideas. However, yeah, so it's feeling really nice as far as the surface goes. Well, hopefully that'll continue on. I really want all of this eggshell stuff back in the other side to be continuing to compost, because that is useless in the garden itself as it is. That calcium right there is not usable by the plants. Okay, so don't listen to people who tell you to be adding eggshells around your plants or at the bottom of, you know, you see this crap, be like, dig a hole for your tomatoes, put some eggshells down there. That's fucking useless. I mean, it will help 2 years from now. No, I don't like that. That's feeling a bit hard right there. But let's see what's going on. Now, I'm also taking a fair amount of compost, in a sense, off the top here as I'm pulling this up. That's good, because that's, you know, it's almost like a starter for sourdough. That's going back in. That's going to continue to help break down the new stuff. Okay, it's definitely going to be cold and stuff down there. Yeah, it will break down. Like, I mean, it's fucking cold, so it's still a bit frozen, to be perfectly honest. I don't think I'm going to be able to do exactly what I wanted to. Yeah, that's frozen underneath, unfortunately. Ah! Well, what I'm going to do then is I'm actually going to try to break it up a bit so that, you know, as the air temperature increases and as the, you know, we get some rain, it'll actually not just pool up on the surface, but actually get right down there, start to fucking thaw that shit out. But you know what? This isn't why it's important to kind of continuously get out in the garden and see what's going on, right? God damn it, I am out of shape after a long cold winter. Not a complete loss, obviously, because we got that stirred up, so that will be thawing out a lot faster than if we left it as a big solid block of frozen soil. Geez, I'm back in this spot right in the corner of the staircase. Maybe I should just call this theoretical corner. Theoretical corner! Here's what I would have done today if I could have, was I actually wanted to take the completely finished compost and run that through the sieve. Okay, so I put that through the sieve to keep any big bits that are still unprocessed. I saw there was a corn cob in there, for example, that hasn't broken down. The nice filtered compost I would have been using today as I planted out some garlic, as I added a layer to the tops of some of my raised beds. I would have had all the old compost out of there, like all the finished one, right? So I'd have a perfectly empty bed. That's not where I would start the new bed. That's where I would move my half-finished stuff, all the stuff that I piled in the other bin over the winter. I would completely invert that. So I'd take everything that's on the top, which is basically, you know, compost that I brought out yesterday and the day before, and so on and so forth as it layers itself down. That stuff would all end up on the bottom of the bin, and all the oldest stuff, which is from basically last October or November, whenever I started that bin, would end up on the top. And then I would actually just leave that, right? So I would put the walls up, add nothing more to that. And then the plan was I have a whole bunch of ready to go woody stuff, carbon, you know, sticks, branches, you know, old bean plants and stuff like that, that again have dried, and so they're a really good carbon source. That would be the base of the brand new bin, whatever. So I would use a layer of that. Then I would actually add in some of the other kind of semi-finished compost, right? So that acts as a little bit of a starter. And then I'd start adding, you know, some new scraps. And then I'll add another layer of some of those old, you know, pea pods and stuff like that's carbon, and just start layering it like that. Probably by May, the half-finished one will be, again, ready to go. That one is really fast. This first one in the spring is super fast because I throw everything out in the winter. The freezing temperatures break down all the cell walls of plants, so that theirs are already broken down. So by the time it starts to warm up, it really doesn't need a whole lot of decomposition before it turns into some really, really nice compost. And then I can just keep on adding to the other bin, right? So that's how I kind of cycle through. I really wanted to start a little bit. Well, I did start today. What am I talking about? Don't beat yourself up. I was able to break up the frozen soil, and like I say, that will guarantee speed up the process. Control the things that you can control, and to the others, you just say, 2 tears in a bucket, motherfuck it. Midnight in the good of what? Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Is that what it's called? Fuck, why can't I remember? Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.